Welcome to tonight's Late IHP show with Maria, your favorite 5D mystic, Enlightenment functional adult. And that is a 3-year-old whole heart. What does that mean? It means a securely attached person with a restorative embodied self and using integration of the brain. So left and right mode equally, all hands on deck. My default mode network activated with my ventral vagal nervous system, my social engagement system. So all of my charged parts are sleeping comfortably here, my past, and if they arise, I actually can handle them unless it's my mother or my twin or something that really needs to be triggered that I'm not sure if there is anything, but we'll find out, won't we? So on note, we are all people with the same embodied nervous system, and 4D mystics, they are into basically there being light and dark battle. So they're talking about spiritual warfare and all this other stuff every time there's a big ascension moment, which we do have at our hands. And then we have the spirituality soul age group who talk about things only in the spirituality way, which does not give you the path to enlightenment the human way. Okay, so everything IHP content and mine, Maria, is only going to resonate with the people who have chosen the narrative of human love, not human suffering. Human suffering narratives are for people, and we're going to put that to the side. Here we want to be open to awareness to the fact that not all people have childhood trauma that has created a trust break or just in general childhood trauma. And some people can live a life with the human love narrative. So this is where life is not a race. It's called a subjective life experience. And the perspective of one person, it's food for thought. People who are grown-ups will know this. A lot of people are not grown-ups emotionally. They think that when you're speaking, you're telling them what to do. So they don't know how to take food for thought or advice for that matter, which is why we have all these disclaimers everywhere. As content creators and online entrepreneurs, I'm an online marketer. I'm always like, make sure to repeat things. Yes, this is your life, not mine. I will not be making any difference whatsoever. In fact, it will only resonate again with the people who have the 3-year-old whole heart human love narrative. And that's it. Otherwise, I'm pseudoscience lady, bullshit, self-help, crap, all that great stuff, right? Our lovely naysayer. I loved when he shared with that gave me so much room to say, yeah, nobody told you have to believe it. I'm living it, but hey, you do you, and then let me do me. So long story short, was I saying, yes, the whole disclaimer stuff, it's because people actually go watch something like, they told me everything, yes, and then some shiny, and so on that note, we don't do shiny, we do real talk, which is I'm a lady on a camera, sharing with you, yes, something that's very valuable, only to the people who have chosen human love narrative. Let me be, again, specific. Everybody else will not resonate. We push that to side simply because they have the human suffering narrative. You have to go through pain to get enlightened. You have to go through dark night of the soul to get enlightened. You have to lose people to get enlightened. Actually, here's the latest I heard. Oh, your success is dependent on who you take with you. So there's readers that actually tell people, get rid of people, make sure you choose the right ones. Let me ensure to remind you of keeping yourself safe. Now, granted, there are those who do need guidance on relationships. Not from a reader, though. They will do better with the good therapists who are healed or people who have taken good therapy who will know how to share with you. Arriving at your true self is a sacred journey with a good therapist that will not be judging you, that will hold space for your inner child, and a lot of them are not good therapists because they're also not completely healed. They are codependent. They're compensating for their trauma, and in fact, they're codependent types, and I've seen a lot of them. They're called ancient silverbacks with shiny here. Let me talk about the pain point that we share, and let's all then rally up together so that we can go, instead of healing our trauma, all together, we justify our group and yell and point a finger at your group. called projection. And we're going to shame, blame, fault, and lo and behold, maybe accuse you of things, and you accuse of us, and there you go. So that's all. Again, to the side, to the side, to the left, to the side, the slide, the lovely slide. Okay, before I forget, because I'm trying to actually channel a little bit guidance for some of my peeps. And here we have Amber. Yes, because the big ascension moments are not about you getting attacked by some energy. People in 4D, unfortunately, have not grounded their nervous system in a ventral vagal state. They have trauma memory lingering, and I'm not kidding when I say that, because of the way they depersonalize and derealize. They have dissociative aspects that I've seen not only online as I witnessed them reading, also seen people that I know that are 4D mystics, tried sharing with them all about what is, for example, dissociative. There's another word I'm forgetting right now, but I've tried sharing with them the good psych education because I'm trauma-informed and somatic-informed to try and help people. And I had already noticed that the ascension energies bring up the trauma memory from your childhood. So for some people, it's straightforward because they're charged parts that you can work with because your nervous system is right here. It's called using your prefrontal cortex to get into your ventral vagal. It's called breathing. The ones who have a deeper need for support, they have childhood trauma, and they actually think nothing of the good therapist. They think they're being attacked by some person doing magic on them. And yes, science is magic that works, and yes, I am a 5D mystic, and energy is amazing. So this lovely amber and crystals, the geologist can tell you about why the properties of crystals, and those of us who are connected to the sphere of consciousness, which I'm watching a video, science and spirituality, they're coming together. Yes, I forget the dude's name. I need to buy his books. We also have green tourmaline, opening up your lovely heart. And I will be reading to you. So we have 2 sevens. So right now, there's a lot of you beautiful people out there, mystics and not. So you don't have to be mystic to believe in the sphere of energy and consciousness and your own ability to perceive what comes up. Your left and right mode. The left is the chit chatter. The right is all the sensations that arise. And we have an end with our obsidian, which is 9, which can be considered the hermit, but in a way where you see the light. The obsidian, it clears your system from any patterns that you hold on to that keep you separate from your divine nature. Your divine nature, like mine, is a restorative embodied self. Your birthright, and every human, before they get separated from this, has this feeling of oneness, and it's a sense of safety that your nervous system and embodied brain has. All the attachment research is a trauma research, the good ones, not the ancient silverbacks who still talk to you like the ancient silverbacks, okay? So the good ones, they explain to you why compassion-based therapy is important. EMDR, child parts, chart parts, IFS, somatics, getting your body and mind, your body and brain, embodied brain, okay? So the obsidian, I just shared that with you. Let me do it again, but don't use obsidian if you feel uneasy, because it's in fact the stone that clears away things that can be anxious or something like that. So, and not just something like that, I'm keeping it short. But for our green tourmaline, what I wanted to share from the card was this, learning to listen and follow your soul's song. And it helps you to remember your soul's mission by taking you to the heart of the dream you nurture within. And it is something that supports you to rebuild an exhausted or closed heart chakra. Now, people who have trust breaks and they are not being themselves, well, they don't get to feel that path. It's about you being enough. And so, with our lovely amber, it encourages you to listen to your body's signals and needs, to rest when necessary, and trust more in the timing of life, and to realize how powerful you are, and you feel that you do not need to force power. You are conduits of power. But this happens when you're a restorative embodied self, an integrated brain. So a person who can work with your nervous system, self-regulate, left and right mode. The good therapists help, the good mystics help, all the good people say you're love, that's our human nature. You can get there too, but it's together by believing in love and in fact in its journey. Tune in.